In April of 2001, the game Dobutsu no Mori was released in Japan for the Nintendo 64, beginning the story and legend of one of Nintendo's most beloved and soothing game franchises in the world. With countless sales, devoted fans, multiple mainline games and spin-off titles, mobile entries, merchandise, and more, Animal Crossing continues to captivate players, and today we'll be looking at the complete history of this beloved franchise. Originally unclear on whether Animal Crossing would become released globally or not, the original Animal Crossing game, Dobutsu no Mori or Animal Forest, when translated, would be released in Japan in April of 2001. Since Dobutsu no Mori was a heavy on text game, Nintendo didn't feel confident in a global release, but they were convinced otherwise when visiting localizations of the game, and Dobutsu no Mori would be enhanced and released for the GameCube in Japan that same year, and later localized in North America in September of 2002, and later for the rest of the world. As the first entry in the series, Animal Crossing introduced the core open-ended gameplay. You play as a human moving into a village inhabited by talking animal neighbors. You perform everyday tasks like fishing, bug catching, decorating your home, paying off your eternal loan to Tom Nook, and more, as time flows in real time, with days, nights, seasons, and even holidays, even when you aren't playing. And this would set the tone for the series' relaxing, low-stress, community-driven experience. We would also get introduced to most of our classic characters, like Tom Nook, KK Slider, Rossetti, many fan-favorite animal villagers, and the villager himself. The original game was well received by critics and fans and laid the foundation for what would become a major Nintendo franchise with over 2 million copies sold. The next Animal Crossing game, Animal Crossing Wild World, was released on the Nintendo DS in Japan on November 23, 2005, and a month after for America and Australia before the rest of the world later. Wild World brought the series to handheld and introduced online connectivity via Nintendo Wi-Fi connection, so players could visit each other's towns. It continued to build the world, characters, and community features of the series. Once again, Wild World will garner strong reviews overall, with both critics and fans enjoying the continued gameplay from the original Animal Crossing, and sold nearly 12 million copies during its lifespan. At the end of 2006, an animated film based on Animal Crossing called Gekijoban Dobutsu no Mori was released in Japan, earning a small 1.7 billion yen with no intents on being released outside of Japan. The film would star unique character Ai move into an animal-styled village where she is put to work by Tom Nook, as the story of every Animal Crossing game just about goes. Following Wild World was Animal Crossing City Folk, or Animal Crossing Let's Go to the City in some regions for the Nintendo Wii in 2008. This entry added a city area for the player to visit where players could buy clothes, get their hair done, and do more things while expanding the online and social features. It also utilized the Wii for motion control features and further cemented the franchise's identity of open-ended social simulation. While the gameplay and feeling of City Folk mirrored that of previous Animal Crossing games, City Folk would get mixed reviews as a result, with many critics criticizing the similarities it had to the previous games and not standing out much on its own. Regardless, City Folk still sold a comfortable 3.3 million copies. Next major turning point was Animal Crossing New Leaf for the 3DS, released in Japan on November 8, 2012, and internationally in 2013. New Leaf transformed the player's role. Instead of simply being a resident, the player becomes the mayor of the town, influencing its development, passing ordinances, and customizing more than ever before. This increased the player's agency and deepened the simulation, and to assist us, New Leaf was notable for introducing fan-favorite character Isabelle as our assistant. New Leaf was praised for bringing strong features and customization and helped the franchise's popularity further. Additionally, the game was praised for its unique usage of the 3D features of the 3DS and would sell just over 13 million copies, marking the height of the series so far. At this point, Animal Crossing seemed to be a guarantee on nearly every Nintendo console, and in August of 2013, the Wii U would get its own Animal Crossing game, Animal Crossing Plaza. To say this was a full-fledged Animal Crossing game would be a disservice to the rest of the franchise, as Animal Crossing Plaza was no more than a Mii-based application on the Wii U that serves as something similar to a social media platform for New Leaf. Plaza offered no real gameplay and could have been seen as a supportive application for New Leaf. This would still get positive reception, although the purpose of it was left to be understood. For the first time in Animal Crossing history, Villager would also get an invitation to Smash Bros., serving as the first new character reveal for the two Smash Bros. Games, Smash Bros. For 3DS and Wii U in 2014. Additionally, Villager and Isabelle would be featured in Mario Kart 8 DLC in May of 2015, making them playable characters along with Animal Crossing themed carts and a track. Towards the middle of 2015, the first proper Animal Crossing spin-off game, Happy Home Designer, was released on the 3DS. Unlike a traditional Animal Crossing game that allows you to interact with your town to get bills, fish, and plant trees, Happy Home Designer is focused exclusively on the home design part of an Animal Crossing series, where we get to design homes for our animal friends. As a spin-off game, it should come as little surprise that Happy Home Designer wouldn't meet critical and fan expectation of the franchise, with many critics claiming a lack of challenge and confusion on why it stood as a standalone game, rather than a DLC to New Leaf. Even so, Happy Home Designer still managed to sell over 3 million copies. Shortly after Happy Home Designer was released, Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival was released on the Wii U in 2015. The purpose of the game was to incorporate Animal Crossing amiibos with a board game-styled Animal Crossing game featuring iconic Animal Crossing characters. Amiibo Festival would be a failure overall as it received heavy criticism concerning the gameplay and clunky amiibo features, and failed to sell well at all. During the mobile phase Nintendo had while the Wii U's faltering, Animal Crossing would be one of the few Nintendo franchises that would get its own mobile game. In November of 2017, Animal Crossing Pocket Camp would be released on mobile devices. Pocket Camp follows a similar gameplay mechanic as other Animal Crossing games, but instead of their town, players customize their campsite instead, while still befriending their neighbor animals. Pocket Camp, like other mobile games, would include microtransactions, particularly in the form of loot boxes and subscription plans, or player passes. The game would ultimately run its course in 2024, where it would become Animal Crossing Pocket Camp Complete, whereupon the game would become a paid game with an extra year of content before remaining on the app stores with no further updates in store. Overall, Pocket Camp would get lukewarm reviews as players and critics enjoyed the core Animal Crossing mechanics, but struggled with the limitations of the game. Still, the game would earn $50 million in the year and much more over time. In 2018, Villager would once again return to the Smash Bros. Series as Smash Bros. Ultimate was released, with Isabelle joining him in the cast. 6 years after New Leaf, the series made a huge leap with Animal Crossing New Horizons, released on March of 2020 for the Nintendo Switch. This game revolutionized the franchise with its deserted island start, full customization of the environment with terraforming, designing island layout, and more, and a near-limitless sandbox to build your own community. It became an enormous hit, driven in part by launch timing during the global COVID-19 pandemic, where players would have all the time in the world to enjoy building their island. The extent of the Animal Crossing phase would exceed expectations, as the media would set its eyes on Animal Crossing as both a story and an item for cross-promotion, even reaching politics as Joe Biden would release digital yard signs, and activists would use New Horizons to protest China's control of Hong Kong. It would be an understatement to say New Horizons took the world by storm at the time, as it felt like everyone in the world was building their own islands in the safety of their homes. And it should come as no surprise that it broke records for the franchise, even becoming the second highest Switch game sold, with nearly 50 million copies sold, and broke several records, like becoming the best-selling game of all time in Japan. Unsurprisingly for a game of that level of influence, it was highly praised, in particular, the new creative freedom players were given as a whole, and stands out as a peak of the series so far. Additionally, New Horizons will get DLC Happy Home Paradise that added additional gameplay akin to that of Happy Home Designer. Players can focus on designing their animal neighbors' homes. And that is the story of Animal Crossing franchise to this date. As one of the most distinctive and influential life simulation gaming series of all time, Animal Crossing has a rich history full of inventive games with more surely on the way. As a fan, I look forward to seeing what New Horizons the series will reach next, as it continues to bring joy, community, and creativity to fans across the world.